Are you ready for yet another marvelous success story that will make you excited about the law and will give you that push to try it for yourself? All right, here goes the story. Hi, my name is Marie. I love your channel. I think it's the most amazing channel that teaches about Neville and the law in such detail. I have a small story of mine to share. So, I was keen on getting into a particular fashion school. It is the most prestigious one in my country, and it has a very low acceptance rate. The degree I was aiming for requires solid work experience too. I never got to work after my undergrad because of some health problems. But when I heard about this degree, I couldn't resist. I knew I had no chance of getting in, but I decided to give it a try. Also, since I knew about the law of assumption, I thought of applying that here. I really wanted to see if the law works for me or not, because I had always been reluctant in practicing it as I feared that I would fail, and that would break my trust in the law. This time I decided to give it a try, so here is what I did. I started daydreaming about being in the school. I would think about how it would feel like when I would be in my class, how I would feel when I would be hanging out with my new friends, and the joy I would feel in accomplishing this goal. I must have made up hundreds of scenarios in my head. Whenever I would find some free time, I would start imagining my new life. Soon after that, I came across your channel and heard about using affirmations to manifest a desire. So, I made up this one affirmation. Isn't it wonderful that I am now pursuing a fashion degree at a school I always wanted? Just this one affirmation. I would repeat it day and night. To be honest, I would sometimes get really doubtful if I would get in. I had made all my life plans based on this degree, so I couldn't afford to lose this chance. The odds were against me, but deep down in my heart, I felt like everything will be all right. Whenever I would get negative thoughts, I would repeat my affirmation. And after a month, I finally got the interview call. I was happy but very scared too. The interview is very rigorous. They ask you all kinds of questions, and since I had no work experience, I didn't know how I would convince them that I still deserve to be a part of this program. This is when I thought of using a state akin to sleep, SATs. In my SAT session, every night I would hear the questions they would ask me. Yes, I made a list of questions I wanted them to ask me. There were a total of 7 questions I made. I know this sounds silly, but I had no other option. I was desperate. I knew that if I allowed my interviewers to ask other questions even in my imagination, I would get confused and that would be the end of my fashion dream. Anyways, on the day of the interview, everything was going well. By the way, the interview was conducted online. They were asking me easy questions. But suddenly one panelist who was quiet for a while raised a question. She went, "About your work," and bam, she went offline. The other 2 interviewers were probably not listening to her, so when she went offline, they never picked up her question. That interviewer did not come back for the rest of my interview. Can you imagine? I mean, what are the chances? To cut the long story short, I aced the interview, and all the questions they asked were around the same themes I had prepared for. They looked really happy with my answers. Now I am just waiting for my admission offer, and I am 100% sure I am going to get it. Because this is the law, and it works every time. Amazing success story. How did you guys like Marie's story? Share your comments below, and we will be back with more amazing fun stories. The next step in your successful manifestation journey is to keep watching my channel. Click now on the video on the screen to be inspired by another video.